Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what my children eat in a day. So I'm going to show you what they have for breakfast before they go off to school, what I put in their packed lunch, and I'm also going to show you a very simple cheat dinner for a katsu curry using corn nuggets and a very simple sauce. So I hope you really enjoy this video. You guys always seem to like these ones, and these are the type of videos that I also really like to watch. It's so nice to get other ideas from mums. So with all that said, let's get into the breakfast. So for breakfast this morning, the boys are all having pre-made pancakes. So all I do for these is put them into the toaster, and then I'm adding a little bit of butter on top. I feel like when pancakes aren't made fresh, they need a little bit of butter on top. And then I'm going to add some fruit on the side. So today I'm just going to chop up some strawberries, and then I'm also going to add their little gummy vitamin on the side, which they have every morning and they really like. They always remind me if I forget to give it to them. And then I'm going to cut up the pancakes using my pizza cutter, which is how I like to cut toast and pancakes and anything really. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of maple syrup on top, and that is pretty much their breakfast. Sometimes they will also help themselves to cereals, and the two older boys have also got really into eating grapefruit. As some of you will know, Matt has grapefruit every morning, and now he makes grapefruit for them as well, so they'll have like a half each with a little bit of sugar, and they really like it, and obviously it's really healthy. So now onto snacks and packed lunches. So starting out with Jackson, he's going to preschool for 3 hours today, and he'll need a snack while he's there. So I'm just cutting up some cucumbers. I'm adding in some chive flavored pretzels that he really likes, and a banana yogurt as well. And that is his snack. And now onto Caleb's snack. So today he is having some chopped up grapes and a yogurt as well. And then for his packed lunch, he is having a cream cheese sandwich. That is his favorite, either cream cheese sandwich or cream cheese bagel. And then I'm also adding in some chopped up cucumbers because that is his favorite vegetable. I'm also putting in some of those chive flavored pretzels, and then a little chocolate bar for pudding and an apple as well. And he also has a bottle of water. And for Fraser's snack, he is also having some chopped up grapes and then some crackers with butter as well. And then for his packed lunch, he is having just a cheese sandwich. And I always tend to grate the cheese in. I have since they were little because I was scared of choking, but now it's what they prefer as well. So I'm just grating that in. And then I'm also going to add in some red peppers. They are his favorite vegetable. And then I'm also adding in some hummus, which he loves. I think he would love to just have hummus on its own for lunch, but I'm going to put that in, and then I'm also going to add in a little chocolate bar for dessert, an apple as well, and then I'm also adding in some more breadsticks for the hummus, and that is Fraser's lunch. Tonight for dinner, I'm making a katsu curry with rice and vegetables, and katsu curry is a really good first curry for your kids to try because it's not spicy. I use a mild curry powder in the sauce, and it's a very simple recipe for the sauce, and you can also batch cook it, which makes it even easier. So I'll show you how to make that in a minute, but my boys, they don't like sauce all over their dinner. They're a little bit fussy like that, but they do really like this as a dipping sauce on the side. And I also wanted to share with you a hack that I do which makes this recipe even easier, and that is I use the Quorn crispy nuggets for this recipe. So they're super convenient. I just stick them into the oven for 15 minutes and then they're done. They come out all golden and crispy. I serve it with the dipping sauce on the side and then the rice and the veg. And of course, by using the Quorn crispy nuggets, it makes it a meat-free meal. And as some of you guys will know, we've been eating meat-free 3 to 4 days per week just because of the positive impact it can have on ourselves, on the people around us, and the environment as well. And meat-free alternatives like these nuggets make it quite simple to do that. So I would encourage you guys to give them a try. See if your kids even notice the difference and if they like them, because my boys really like them. And they're also a source of protein, a source of fiber. They're low in saturated fat, and there's no soy. And as I said, they're super convenient. So I'll show you how to make the sauce in a minute, but I will, of course, put the links to the recipe in the description down below. It's going to be on the Quorn website, on their Nuggets of Change page, and I'm thrilled to be included on there. And there's also so many other recipes on their website, so many good ideas. If you guys are trying to be meat-free or just like starting like to look into that, then they've got some great ideas on their website. And I just feel like little like swaps like this, it's a step in the right direction and it's really easy to do. So with all that said, let's get into the sauce. So for my katsu curry dipping sauce, you will need flour, mild curry powder, soy sauce, honey, vegetable stock, onion, and then 3 cloves of garlic. So the first thing to do is finely chop up an onion. So I'm actually putting it in my little chopper. So you just press a button and it chops it very finely. Then I'm just going to put that into a saucepan with a little bit of oil. I'm using olive oil, but if you want to use coconut oil, that's fine as well. And you basically just want to soften the onion. So it only takes a few minutes, but while it is softening, I'm going to crush the 3 garlic cloves and then add that to the soft onions along with a tablespoon of flour. This is going to thicken the sauce, and then I'm also adding in some mild curry powder. I'm adding in a lot, but if it's the first time you've made it, maybe add like 2 tablespoons, see how the spice goes down with the kids. And you actually want to fry like the spice mixture with the flour for a couple of minutes. It just like infuses the flavors, and then you want to add in a tablespoon of honey and then a big tablespoon of soy sauce as well, and then give all of that a mix before adding in the vegetable stock. And when you do add in the vegetable stock, you want to do it in like small amounts. So I'm actually using a whisk, just pouring a little bit in and then mixing it around until it's completely combined, and then adding in a little bit more and just repeating that. And then you basically want to leave the sauce to simmer for a good 10 minutes on the stove until it looks like this. And then I'm actually going to blend it up. This is great for kids because then there's no bits in it and they can't say, you know, try and pick anything out. So I am blending up the sauce, and that is it. And for the Quorn crispy nuggets, I'm going to put them into the oven for 15 minutes on 200. I tend to do 4 nuggets per child, but sometimes Jackson will have 3 and then Fraser will have 5. But as a general rule, I will put 4 into the oven, and then they come out looking like this, all golden and crispy. And I'm going to serve them with rice, and I actually put the rice into a cup to give it that shape so it looks very like restaurant style. And I'm also going to serve it with the veg that you would have in a restaurant, so cucumber, grated carrot, and sweet corn as well. And yeah, my kids really like those sweeter types of veg. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to finish plating up, add the dipping sauce, and then get the kids to the table to eat. after dinner, I wanted to show you what they're having for dessert. So Jackson is having his absolute favorite, which is peaches in juice. He has this most evenings, or once at most evenings. As you can tell, he really loves it. And then the two older boys are actually having some gingerbread house from the spooky gingerbread that we made. Right, so that is it for this video. The only other thing that I wanted to show you was how the kids' lunch boxes came home and how much they'd eaten. But to be honest, they've eaten nearly everything. And then one of my children actually left their lunchbox at school, so I can't show you that one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas and meal inspiration. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.